David Banner.
Wasn't no baby powder in my sheets.
That shit, what, the cover wasn't tucked right? None of that shit,
too
man.
loose.
It's like I made the bed.
For real.
What's up, y'all? The David Banner Podcast, we're back. Tommy Nova is fucking hoes. Dirtbag Corey is giving free hysterectomies. The hard way.
He doing too much. He doing.
The hard way. Corey. The hard way. Salih.
What up?
You fucking prostitutes?
I never pay. Fuck that.
Wet.
We do not pay.
Wet.
Hey, no
wet,
dough
Wet.
at all.
Curtis, can we hear about them old football stories?
I don't know nothing about him, man.
Oh, that's some bullshit!
You're supposed to share the game.
Scott Parker!
What up?
We back, bro.
Yes, sir.
What you do this week?
I shot Santa Claus.
Shots at... Fuck! Fuck that fighter!
Fuck that fat
Oh, wait, stop! Stop every motherfucking thing. Fuck every week until the fucking podcast ends or until Regina says it. Fuck
Fuck.
T. Cause I know Corey gonna try to bleep that shit out. Fuck. Hey, Scott, let's say it a whole bunch.
Fuck.
Bleep that. Fuck. And here's
Ghost racism.
wow. So Regina, you just want to say it one time so it can be over with?
Come on now.
End it.
Absolutely not.
Well, fuck.
Fuck.
That's how we start, and that's how we will end until the day that I die. Fuck. Dirtbag Corey, what did you do this weekend?
Just work my tail off. That's about it.
What you working on?
A couple of artists, I can't disclose the names just yet.
My God.
Well, let me ask you this, Corey. Do you want to tell them about your site where they can pay you?
Yeah. I mean, you can always book me through the studio, and you can also go to my website, IamCoreyAnders.com.
What studio?
Patchwerk Studios.
Patchwerk Recording.
Motherfucking pretty low. Start dumping on fools over here in my court. Hey, homie. Start dumping on fools. Start dumping on fools.
It ain't that hard.
Ain't that hard? Y'all give me the burger. Leave it in the seat, dude.
What this cat on this morning, man?
Come on, one time,
Got a good
brother.
night.
I ain't on it this
Come on,
morning,
need
man.
one
I
time.
ain't on it. Nah.
We need it.
I ain't, hey.
One time.
Nope.
The sneakers.
You ain't about to, I'm about to do the Regina.
The sneakers.
No.
The sneakers.
No.
on the sneakers.
How Regina do? I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm not gonna do
Because I'm
it.
better than anybody.
No, you're not gonna peer pressure me.
And I'm a Christian.
No, Regina.
And
It's
I'm-
got a name.
Yeah.
This bullshit behavior has a name now. It's called the
it's
Regina.
Regina.
Did you hear he called my behavior BS?
That's why I just want to slide.
The
That
Regina.
is some bullshit.
It's not.
Why? It's just
And guess what we taught Regina this weekend?
What was that?
What POV was.
Word,
Wow.
Kurt, you know what POV is?
Point of view.
But for
It's
what though?
It's never what we think of the obvious.
I guess that's the cameras from the person's point of view.
But what are they shooting?
They shooting porn.
Yeah, hell yeah!
There we go.
They fucking!
Yo, check it. Did you see? I know you probably didn't, but yesterday we was on the freeway. I was trying to get a picture, but that motherfucker was flying. He was in a damn Hellcat, and on his spoiler it said Pornhub. Swear to God.
Wow.
Swear to God, it had the real logo, like the Pornhub sticker on
You
the
didn't
spoiler.
chase him?
That might have
Man,
been.
I
That
was
might have been
riding the
Corey.
fucking,
That might have been
That might have been
Dirtbag! That might have been Dirtbag, Corey!
Sliding. Where you going, Corey?
Corey, where were you going?
You sponsored by Pornhub, Corey.
Were you in the lounge, Corey?
You got their first endorsement deal.
Hey, he be mixing the sounds for
He's a
us.
sponsored
He be
athlete.
mixing
Hey,
Pornhub
Tommy be
videos.
shooting it. Tommy, you ever shot a porn? Don't lie. Like a hip-hop porn in New York? Don't lie to me.
In the Bronx.
He did. That's because he told me about they had buffers.
What are buffers? What are buffers? Tell
Buffers
me.
like in between sets the chick to just keep the dude hard. In between,
No,
just a
fluffer.
buffer.
That's a fluffer.
Fluffer, buffer,
No, it's a
fluffer.
fluffer.
Oh,
It's a
fluffer.
fluff-
Okay, all right,
yeah.
fluffer.
Hey, Hey, Tommy, don't lie to me, bro. You ever not maybe not for everybody's consumption or for them to consume. You ever shot since you got all them cameras? You ever shot?
Man, he didn't put that shit in 4K. He didn't put that
That's
pussy in
what I'm
4K.
Have you ever shot a porn before?
Tommy. Stay in the light.
Huh? Be honest. Don't lie to me, dog.
No, I have not.
Not on your phone or nothing.
Here we go,
I don't know about
Tommy.
Fucking liar.
Hold on, Tommy.
Fucking liar.
Hold on, Tommy.
Cause I tell you why I
Stay
know
in the
you
light.
lying. I just shot porn on my fucking phone and edit the motherfucker. Put like slow. What's that app? The slow-mo app. I told you about it.
I didn't. I got the
Did you go
tripod.
that far?
You went slow-mo?
Yeah, it went slow-mo. I put like effects on it, and then you know the site where you can make like the explosions from the planes and shit. So when I dropped my load, it was like came down. It was like it was almost like it was like at war.
Nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
He be having
Like
Ron
it.
thinking he the last action
I
hero when he
like
fucking.
it. I like it.
Regina, what did you do this weekend?
I'm busy.
Have you ever done a
Why y'all
two-camera?
over
Have you ever done a
there?
two-camera shoot?
I haven't. That's 2 phone shorty right there.
Oh, that's what the
I
two
got
phones
I got a
are
can.
for.
No, I have a real camera and a tripod. I'd be on my Tommy Nova, but I guess it ain't the Tommy
Yeah, I guess
Nova.
it ain't the Tommy Novas. It's time. Dirtbag Corey.
What's up?
I know Curtis isn't here, but I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
You ever snuck anybody in Patchwerk late night?
Nah,
Not one time.
not one time.
You know how I know you lying?
How?
Cause you remember when they used to have a frat house up, and all them girls and stuff. They used to have them parties, and we pulled them 2 girls in here, and we shot. We actually made an interlude, but I didn't use it. Like I know we didn't do nothing bad, but I'm just saying I know you. When all them, when they used to have them frat houses, I know you pulled a couple.
Nah, I'm a good guy.
Your nasty ass.
Corey,
So
your girl knows that you're not like that no more. She knows that you're not a dirtbag, but for the sake of our show, like, open up a little.
Nah, one thing about me is I never mixed the business and the pleasure. So I never.
So you
I
went
never
to the
mixed it.
sorority house.
I did. Hey.
On your
now,
break.
That's
you said
Curtis over there writing that shit down too. Oh shit, Kurt!
Watch Corey.
Hey, when he leave,
Follow him.
You'll give us a dirtbag chronicle,
I don't have any
wanna know-
Dirtbag Chronicles.
huh? Hold on, wait, Corey.
I like that. I like that. Chronicles of Corey.
sound like sweat check music.
Dirtbag Corey.
Ain't no Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, some bullshit. Regina, what did you do this week?
I went to Severville.
Well, you could just say
I don't want to
Gatlinburg.
say that.
Okay. I was trying to make it easier for your black ass. And since you being
I don't
smart, I'm
want
going to
it
go real
easy.
hard
go.
on you today.
When don't you though?
I was making it all the time.
Boy, stop.
Okay.
Boy, stop.
All right, we're going to talk about the terrace on
Wow.
the rooftop. And somebody got their gloves cleaned.
We're gonna talk
Figuratively and literally. I was just, she snapped on me on my own shit. Okay,
I didn't.
Motherfuckers is
I
getting
just
real.
told you the truth.
Motherfuckers is getting real.
Let me tell you something.
Motherfuckers is getting real comfortable. Okay.
Boy,
put
boy.
some-
Well, where were you at?
put
You
some
were in
stress on the
Seaverville?
system.
Tell us about
Boy.
Seaverville.
Nah.
Tell us about Seaverville. Go ahead.
I went hiking. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
How was the food?
The food was good.
I know that's important to you.
Yeah. Little fat,
is.
little fat girl.
That's okay though.
Skinny.
I made it. I made it.
So
to,
did
through
you
the hike.
did you learn anything?
I did.
Tell us what you learned.
I learned. You couldn't do that after I finished. Jeez.
Oh, it was to hype you up.
I don't need the hype. I learned that we all need to get away. I'm done.
I've been doing that the whole fucking show, and since we've been at the beginning of this motherfucker, now all of a sudden you can't talk while we do. While I do.
Nah, I like silence.
Well, you won't get no silence on this show. you need to go to the bathroom by yourself. Ain't no fucking silence on this motherfucker. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I learned that we all need to get a beat machine so we can throw some of them up. I'm done.
Did you have a spiritual moment anytime this weekend?
Crack.
Scott, what is wrong with you?
No, but go ahead. I'm
I
listening.
did.
Tell us about
I
it.
was at one with nature and the bear that came to the door.
There was a bear.
bear came to the
so
door?
just so y'all know,
Yeah.
we went on a company retreat and we are all together. Everybody
liked
except
you
Scott.
then.
Scott had to go and get that paper.
Bag.
But we had a great time. We cooked and we planned out the year and we went hiking. And Regina hiked all the way to the top of one of the Smoky Mountains. You did
Almost
a great
passed
job.
out. Thank you.
No, but you did a good job. We didn't know that you almost passed out until we got back. Salih, what part did you like about the trip the best?
Planning.
It wasn't the
Planning.
Salih Sweets.
What, the Salih Sweets? Nah, it wasn't.
See,
No,
Salih's so
the planning
spoiled.
was dope.
Salih had the whole basement to itself. He had like TVs and
Club Salih.
yeah, it was the Salih Suite.
It's a 2-bedroom suite too.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's the way it should be, but I enjoyed the planning part the best.
Really?
Though.
What about it
The
though?
planning was dope.
Because I just like to get stuff lined up. I like to see it so I can knock it down.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word. Okay. So we're gonna go into the black business, I guess, since Curtis is sitting here.
Uh-huh.
All right, Kurt, come on. Yay, Curtis! Part owner of Patchwerk. Come on, sit right down here.
Got some great products,
You do.
Curtis.
And we so proud of you, man. What's up, Curtis? Tell us about yourself, where you from. Hold on, wait 1 second before you tell us where you from.
Better have some real gangster music.
Bring
Oh!
it on.
Word, son!
Some Spice One, homie.
No, we can't clear all that. It gotta be.
That's all right.
Go ahead, Curtis.
What am I doing?
You gonna tell us about your black business.
All right, so my black business, number one, is Patchwerk Recording Studios.
Okay.
All right, now my couple little hustles that we got on the table.
2, 3.
I'm doing this bear, man. This bear called Chubby Bear. And you guys on the same thing, man. There's a lot of bad images of us out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I partnered up with one of my homeboys I played college ball with in Michigan, and we made a bear. And we got him manufactured in China. And he had the bear was saying "Chubby Bears loved you." And one day I posted a video of my daughter singing the national black anthem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing." And he heard it and he liked it. And he wanted to put
Did it sound like that?
that's her. So we
That's
put
awesome.
the little, I think he said it's a mud kente cloth on the bear, Chubby Bear, and he fits perfectly in the stockings. We got him out and ready so people can order him for Christmas and Black History Month.
Okay.
And then the next line, we'll do a Bluetooth bear where if you want to put it in the crib with the baby, you can stream sounds and music to the bear.
That's hard.
That's the good side. And then over there, we're trying to help people
Can we
with
pass
the
that down?
with
need
the
like a-
smoke killer.
Like a case of those.
Yeah, so the smoke killer is basically in the studio, man. We deal with a lot of smoke. We've been here for 24 years now, and just going through all the products. So from Lysol to Febreze to candles to incense, nothing was really working. And I came across this product, and when I bought a case of it, I tried to reorder it, and the company went out of business. So I found the people who previously owned it and was able to buy their inventory. And then I repackaged it, and we got the smoke killer. So when you spray it, unlike anything else, it just goes up. It doesn't come down, so it won't hurt any of the equipment, and it kills all the smoke on contact.
So one of the things that people don't know, and I didn't learn until about, I guess, 10 years ago, is that the smoke accumulates inside of all of your equipment. And because a lot of us don't open up our drum machines, a lot of us don't open up our equipment, we think other things are wrong with it. A lot of times it's the accumulation of all the smoke and all of the things that we do when we in, like I accumulate a different type of dust. But
Yeah, we literally had to replace one year. We did about 8 PlayStations because you can smoke in our lounge, and that's where the games were. And every one of them, the problem was smoke damage. Right. So you can imagine that if you have a console with 106 inputs and all this outboard gear, that smoke has to come down and it gets in there. So that's when you get all that cracking and
then the
popping.
other
and stuff
thing
don't
too
work.
is because we're dealing with audio equipment, everything has to have a place where you can have an input to it. You know what I'm saying? Or access to the inside of the machine. So it's actually even more smoking than a lot of the stuff that we use and a lot of equipment. Like you see, we got vents right here even on the drum machine.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all tearing y'all stuff up.
Well, it helps motivate me while I'm working on the drum machine. But what website can they go to in order to?
So all the products, even our Patchwerk shirts and our I Do Music shirts, they're on my site. It's called the Hip Hop E-Store. So just www. Regina, you gonna spell it for me? No.
THE
It's just thehiphopeastore.com. So all the products are there. Real quick too, Banner. I'm happy you doing this. I'll be sitting there watching you, man. You look so happy hitting on that machine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been cool to watch this podcast just grow. And even with the guys before you guys get here, it was like, man, it just got better. They're speaking into the mic.
Mm-hmm.
The signage is easier to put over order. It's more, organized. And reading all the comments has been cool. You've been a blessing to us. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. One of the things that we also talk about is the fact that it is a family. And when I started the podcast, I wanted it to be comprised of people and places that my career was connected to or is connected to. Everybody in this room, for the most part, is somebody that I had dealt with, or they're connected to somebody that I dealt with in some kind of way. So in a good way, not that it's bad, but me and Salih was talking about we're actually creating a mafia in a good way. And what I mean by that is people who are here for more than just money. People who are here for more than just fame, because so many people are parasites to the things that we do. At least we're able to help each other create businesses. Like, I want everybody in here to be able to create their own podcast, create their own money that we're not connected to. We just had a meeting talking about how everybody needs to find something that they can sell. Whether it's thanks guys, or whether it's buns, or whether it's hydration. You know what I'm saying?
I'm big
I want
on
to
that.
sell hydration shit.
Yeah, I always tell people, I tell my daughter now, products. I mean, being in the studio business, we're probably open. Well, we are open 7 days a week, and we literally start before 10 and finish around 5 in the morning. But even if 300 people wanted to book the studio, we're limited by time.
Right.
These products can sell in our sleep. Mm-hmm. So I'm all about products. And the weird part is just going through life and knowing that there are people that have never made any money besides their paycheck. They've never sold anything in their life. And so I'm big on that. Like, come up with one product and try it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just working with these various products. I didn't want to be on here because I didn't want you to blow me up. Like, I'm opposite.
We want to blow you up.
Yeah, but
no, if you ain't ready yet, yeah.
So my thing
I learned that.
Like I always say, like Crush Groove, they say the worst thing that happened to us was a hit record. They had a hit record, but they didn't have the distribution. They didn't have the manufacturing. So I'm about customer service. So I want to be able to serve all the people that order, but you got a big following. So I'm like, man, if a whole bunch of people order these bears and smoke killers, then I got to work around Christmas. Right. So I was hesitant to be on it.
And the other thing is, my homegirl, who she owns a scrub, like body scrub company, she said that it's hard enough to get our people to support each other, but if you fuck up with them, they'll never fuck with you again. So she was like, if you talk about my scrub company and I'm not able to fulfill the orders in time, then it, one, makes you look bad, and then two, once I'm infamous, I'll never be able to write that off of my reputation again. So I understand exactly what he's talking about. But you know,
we ready with the bear. Y'all smoke killer. I got to package everything up, so y'all go lightly on that.
This what our folk want anyway. That's what they gonna get. Also too, man, like with these motherfucking police and shit, bro, I think it's good for us to have this just on GP. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that, you know, we can keep any reason for them fucking with us at all, man. We thank you for coming on the David Banner podcast. We appreciate you. And also, thank you for helping us take the podcast to another level. Just so y'all know, Curtis is one of the people that works with us on our podcast from a business perspective. And I really appreciate how you be handling them folks on their call. Because it don't just be me. You allow me to be the good guy sometimes. Right. You know, you be on their ass, bro.
No, yours is funny because I know where you at, I know it's odd for you to have somebody helping. And I had to give you one lesson. I think I did something, and he be always trying to pay you back. And I said, man, you know what? Sometimes people get joy out of doing nice things. You have to allow people to do something nice for you. Because if I pay for something, he want to come to the studio and pay for it in 20 minutes. And I was like, man, that's my thank you to you for all that you guys are doing. Just allow me to do that. And he reluctantly let me do something for him. So, you know, that's a lesson I had to learn, is to be able to just say you welcome and let people get the joy of helping you. And it's not like I'm not one of them people that's going to hold it over your head, because I'm like that too. I don't like people to do a lot of stuff for me because I don't want to owe anybody. But I gave you that lesson. I think you got it.
Yeah, and I think the difference between us is I think you and I, we switch money out so much that it's reciprocal, and we're going to pay each other in some kind of way regardless. And you and Lee are the reason why I bought my truck. I went on about that truck too. We ain't gonna get him no props yet till they start paying us some motherfucking money around this bitch. But Salih said that's his truck.
There you go.
Well, thank you, Curtis.
Where you from, Curtis?
So look, I'm from Carson, California. I'm from the West Coast. I went to school at Michigan State. The neighbor that in California, everything belongs to a gang, whether you want it or not. So every park, every school, every neighborhood. The neighborhood that I grew up in is called the Patch. Mm-hmm. And our hood is called CPG, for Cabbage Patch Gangsters. Mm-hmm. And so it's called the Patch because before they built all the houses, it was a whole bunch of Cabbage Patch fields. So where I'm from, they're Bloods. Now, me and Bob, we were playing sports, and it's either
tell
sports.
Them who Bob is, because everybody don't know.
So Bob Whitfield used to own the studio, and he played about 16 years in the NFL. We went to kindergarten, elementary, junior high, and high school. And so, we putting in work for the hood when being in the gang is doing a drive-by or doing something bad. And we wanted to honor where we came from, so we flipped, said we putting in work for the Patch, so we came up with Patchwerk. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I'm from. And like I said, I played ball at Michigan State, and then I've been out here since '95. So next July makes our 25th anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Is Raz from the Patch?
Raz is from the Raz was born and grew up in Watts. We didn't meet Raz until the 7th grade. He came to our junior high, and then we went to high school together. Right. And that's kind of how we started. I thought Raz was I still do. I think he's the best rapper, period. Mm-hmm. And we were about 22, 23. Bob got drafted. He was the highest paid lineman in NFL history on 3 occasions. He had a whole bunch of money, and he had a bunch of equipment and wasn't doing nothing. So I thought that we can get Raz a record deal. So Bob paid for him to cut a demo. Nobody wanted to sign him, and we were just like, we'll start our own label. So we started a label. We put out a single. It created a bidding war, and he ended up signing with Priority. And we spent over $260,000 recording the first album, and us being young and naive and growing up in Carson, 2 parents, you think you can do everything. We was like, we should start our own studio. Right. And that's literally how we started. We started the studio, and our first client was Outkast. And we just been rocking and rolling since then.
It's crazy because our topic today is no excuses, and that's part of it. Like, people didn't want to give it to you, so you went and took it. You want to know something that's funny, though? Razkaz was my roommate when I was homeless in New York and finally found a place to stay.
You on Whitney Day, right? In Raz.
Yeah. And what was crazy was I went to the meeting with Raz when him and Bob separated ways. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the most tense meetings because he stayed like up wherever he was on this tall floor. And Raz had been talking about it so long, he was like, fuck it, roll with me.
Right.
And we went up there, and like I stood out while all of that happened, and then he walked out. I'd never forget that. That's crazy how stuff comes back in a circle.
Yeah, that's a hard one for me. I mean, both of my lifetime friends. And I never worked on the record label side. I always stayed on the studio side. But I'm still working with Raz and helping him now.
That's good. Yeah, the book. Talk about the book real quick.
We sold out of that too. So
don't worry about it. It was a really dope book, though. Just so y'all know.
We'll get around to doing a book on YouTube. We figured it out. So it's like I had to learn the process and how to do it. So now we can do it. And just like Regina called about the bear, we know how to put your voice in there now. So we can do a banner bear or whatever y'all want to do.
I got an idea for a bear, but you
can't put that little nasty stuff. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this, man. I hear what these people, I read the comments, man, and it happened to me. I was in the Burger King drive-thru listening to the podcast, and that came on, man. I was trying to find my radio. I'm like, I read the comments. I'm like, okay, I hear people. They like, look, man, I'm trying to listen to this at work. I'm driving around. I'll be riding in the car, and all you hear is that little moaning. Yeah, man.
Let me tell you this before you go, bro. To be honest,
I'm on the line with that sound effect. I feel the people.
That's all right. Well, I feel the people too.
I'm with Regina on that.
That whole sound is feeling the people.
Yeah, literally.
People are being felt
all over the fucking world.
all over the world.
One thing that I tell people, and I mean this, is like, I don't really like podcasts. I always tell people if I wanted to listen to, somebody just talk, I'll go get an audio book. Like, the things that people complain about the most is the things that I like the most, and that's the reason why I put them on there.
It brings you joy, right?
It brings me, not only does it bring me joy, but it keeps people engaged. I've heard so many people who say, I don't listen to podcasts. Like, y'all keep us, whether I like it or not. And believe it or not, like, people really think that we be fucking with Regina on purpose. And, like, all of the women, they was like, not all of them, but they be like, man, y'all need to leave Regina alone.
Right.
Like that's our world. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's fun because that's what people are drawn into, and it keeps people engaged. And this keeps me engaged. You like to fuck, don't you, Kurt?
Holla at y'all.
Hey, Kurt.
Thank you, Curtis. My man.
All right, y'all. So, Regina, can we go into the topic today?
Let's go.
Okay. Today's topic is excuses and about how we shouldn't have any. I saw something online today, and this is what made me think about doing it, was because who is that? Come bring your ass. Oh shit, y'all. Hold on. Oh shit. Oh shit, son.
It's another one.
Come on, man. Sit your ass down.
I gotta show up. I can't even get no invite. I gotta come take an episode.
Oh, come on, man. Sit your ass down. Y'all give it up.
Hey y'all, this is my friend Antonio. He grew up with me. Let me just say, sit in the back and don't say nothing.
He says in the back and don't say nothing.
Why you so fucking mean?
Don't knock the thing
Yeah, you
down.
fucking up shit. Sit right there.
Sit over there. Get out
Oh, yeah. Hey, can somebody come fix this real quick? That's right.
He said sit down and don't say that.
Don't say nothing.
Sit your ass over there.
Don't say shit. Just call right here, man.
Damn.
Karan Joseph Riley, y'all give it up.
Up in this joint.
He came with this motherfucker with his Rocky Balboa hat on and shit.
Hey, but you see I got the shirt on, all right?
Hey, Rock.
Representing.
Yeah.
Ain't that the Rocky?
Yeah. Hey, so these are my two little brothers, and every time they come on the show, it's a surprise. Y'all be good today, man.
No, you know what's funny? Real talk. Who did I talk to on the way here?
Me.
See, we got a connection. We got a kismet connection.
A kiss. Oh,
Kismet.
I forgot. Yeah,
I'm educated like you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's that.
He the only one read books.
Hey, man, that's the Midwest shit.
Yeah, it is.
That's that Midwest shit, man.
Hey, so
Regina, the show just got classy again. I'm here.
wow. Put your headphones on,
I
man,
like
so
this
you
sweater.
can hear it,
I
man.
came my hat. It won't fit my hat. Now I'm not changing my look.
No, just come here. Let me help you, dog. Come on, just bring it to the front. Like Mike,
Okay,
and just,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
No, don't that feel good?
Okay.
Now he like DMC.
Lee, I thought
I'm done.
I thought we was trying to work on our thing.
We are. I'm done.
Okay.
We good.
Y'all
Don't-
so happy
Lee.
to see each other. It's so cool.
I got you.
Thanks, guys.
Now, Peter Piper picked peppers. And roll right.
Scott, really? I was
Scott,
gonna say,
hold on,
you know
Scott.
what? I'm gonna go ahead and make Scott feel all the way back. Scott was one of the main reasons why I popped up over today, because I miss my brother. I ain't seen him over the holiday yet.
Pepper and roll right
See?
round.
See that? All right. What y'all talking about? No, man, I really came by to see you, man. What's up, man?
Peter Piper picked peppers and run right rhymes. In his hard times.
That was nimble and he was quick.
No, but it's crazy that you came in today, bro, because you are one of the people, and you just like us, we're talking about excuses and how there are no excuses. You know, and I was starting off to tell people about how I saw this meme about how a group of people were talking about they didn't have anybody in their city or in their state that supported them. And then I saw somebody under them name off 10 different people. And then me and Scott started talking about how, you know, you have artists and then that artist dies and then everybody spend $1 million on their album and talk about how dope and how prophetic they were. but you didn't do shit when they were alive.
Right.
And then, not only did you not do anything while they were alive, you didn't go and find somebody who was like that person and give that person success. I think our people like the process of complaining. You know, I even think about politics.
We're addicted to it.
People want to talk about, and I think you should go out and vote, don't get it fucked up. But you think another man or another person is going to fall out of the sky and is going to make your life better, and they're not.
Well, that was the setup, D. That's how you kept 50 slaves on the plantation with 5 people in control. Yeah. Because they had them people looking somewhere else, but instead inside of themselves. Mm-hmm. That's the dang on what they did to black people so far to this point in this country, man. Mm-hmm. We all looking for the outside solution when the solution is within us. You know what I'm saying? That voice that knows when I see my brother walking down the street, that's not my enemy. Mm-hmm. That's my brother. We should greet each other as such instead of looking at each other as a predator or somebody that could take something. Or, say something positive to that brother. It's got to start in micro steps like that first for it. And you know, I love the way we all speak to each other and how we all vibe with each other. You know what I'm saying? And I watched being in those rooms with
Curtis. That's
good
Curtis.
too.
Dope.
Yeah, so when you in your car and
so I need this.
Everybody ain't got to know that you get.
I need this.
It's called hydration now.
Good hydration. Drink up.
Drink up.
Absolutely. I like it.
And another thing, based on what you were saying, when you see somebody else's success, like somebody see that Corey's one of the best mixers on this planet, instead of hating on Corey, see that Corey was the conduit to show you that you can actually do it too. So instead of hating on him, try to get like him.
I did a post the other day.
It's easier to hate on a motherfucker than to come into that hard work. And that's the thing. You can sit back and say, oh, this person thinks he's this or this person thinks he's that. Nobody wants to go through the struggle that Corey went through to get to where he is right now. You see this, you think he's a finished, polished engineer. He didn't pop out the womb that way. I bet he had a lot of hungry motherfucking nights.
Yeah.
But they don't want that part.
Yeah.
Well, they just want, Corey, Corey think he did. Well, he is this and fucking that because he fucking earned it.
Right, Scott, it's that old Marine saying, everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
Don't nobody want to die.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot of people, especially in our business, they put the horse before the carriage in a lot of ways too. You know, you want to be David Banner before you done slept in your car.
Yeah, you don't want that red van though.
Yeah, you don't
want that depression.
I want those beads on your beard.
You don't want that sleep deprivation.
Huh?
Nothing.
I hear you.
I say you don't want them beads on your beard.
Right.
Praise the Lord.
We don't want the beads in the hair either. I mean, it's a lot of steps that you don't want to.
Oh, shots fired. I need a shots fired button.
It was getting too serious and too emotional. I had to break it up. You know, we get too righteous bad and start punching people. He gets all the way to his soul power.
Come on,
Regina. All right.
That was Regina.
Yeah, I know.
Now, you know who threw the alley-oop.
Karan.
Well, Regina, I just took the dunk. It was alley-oop. You threw it perfect. I mean, it was right there.
We're going to talk about the lips in the video.
In the
you know
video?
Something? Stop talking about that.
Okay.
Lips in the video.
You know something? Now your information is limited.
Telling office secrets coming out.
How did I miss the lips in the video segment, Regina?
Salih, bro, you are one of the people that hate excuses more than anybody that I ever met in my life, bro. What are some of the things that make you despise people who use excuses?
Because having an excuse ain't gonna get shit done. It ain't gonna change shit. Right. It's like you just gotta do it, regardless whether you want to. Sometimes you don't want. You gotta look at the end goal and how bad you want it. Mm-hmm. So excuse ain't gonna never change nothing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just leave. Right. Like when I moved to Atlanta, like I kept saying, all right, when I put this much bread aside, I'm gonna leave this, that, and the third. And I remember like the night before I moved down here, somebody broke in my car, stole all my music out my car and everything. I still drove down this bitch 12 hours, no music in my car, no nothing. Once I made it up in my mind, I was out. I packed that car up and just left.
They stole all my shit. You remember they stole my whole van.
Yeah. They smooth. It was a quiet ride.
They stole all my shit in L.A. I had nothing.
Yeah. But let me ask you, what do you think was something that made you that way? Because one of the things that I marvel about you is just the people that you had around you. Your brother, you got 2 dads, or 2 fathers, I should say. One biological, one step. Football, your structure. Do you think that had a lot to do with it, or you think it's something that's ingrained of both?
Like, for me, I ain't never, ever in life, like, my biggest fear was just always being average. Like, that shit, like, scares me still to this day. So I knew to not be average, I had to do more and push harder to not be average. So that's where that drive started coming. And then on top of that, I talk a lot of shit. And I never wanted to be the person to be like, Look at this motherfucker.
You talk shit?
I never wanted to be that person.
No.
So, in order for me to talk shit and you got to take it, that means I got to answer the bell for everything that I say. So that was just another driving force in it. But like it was in me, like, because I never just wanted to be
that's
okay.
That's a perfect sidebar to nature versus nurture debate. You know what I'm saying? That just lets you know that some abilities and some things in us, like that desire that you and I, we all talk about it, like what makes us different than the other 90% of people who talk about a dream or talk about a plan, but never gonna push and go through with the plan. It's a very small amount of people, everybody in this room have followed through on a plan. And it's no secret when you end up in those rooms because of all those like energies come together. So you are very, that was a very good point. In your nurture environment said you should have been on something else. But your nature was something burning in you that you just always knew you wasn't gonna be average. You could have put you on the moon, and you was gonna be what you was gonna be because that you had a burning compass that was gonna lead you. And it's a blessing to have that in you because a lot of us don't, man. It takes lifetimes to get that.